friends, Rebecca here, the Dragon Librarian from Farmington Community Library, and we're here today to talk to you about a super exciting book. I can't wait to share it with you. It is by an author that I think you'll have heard of before, and she is just all the rage right now. She's written some really fantastic books, and I was just so hyped to hear that she was coming out with a standalone book because her most popular books have been a part of a trilogy, and this is a standalone series, or standalone book rather, and it's absolutely fantastic. So the author I'm talking about is Holly Jackson, and the book I'm talking about is The Reappearance of Rachel Price. The Reappearance of Rachel Price. Now, Holly Jackson has written A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. You've probably heard of that series. If you haven't read it and are not completely in love with it, that's totally fine. I guarantee you've probably heard of her, right? And heard of this series, because this series is very popular. The Good Girl's Guide to Murder. It's a fantastic trilogy about a girl who likes to solve cold cases, and with this podcast that she does. So Holly Jackson has really built a name for herself writing fantastic contemporary young adult thrillers. She has written another one since then called Five Survive, which was a thriller slash with a little bit of horror in it. And this is her next book, which is another standalone, The Reappearance of Rachel Price. I was so hyped for this book to come out because I've read all of her previous books. I love all her previous books, and there's just something about the way she writes that just grabs you right from page one and hooks you and will not let you go until you stop reading it. So when I got this book, I settled in to read it, and I finished it within a day or two. I couldn't put it down because, like I said, it grabs you, and until you finish this book, you are just in for the long haul. And this is not a short book. This is almost 500 pages. No, I'm sorry. It's a little bit over 400 pages, but still, it's not a very, short little book. It's got a lot of depth to it, and it's absolutely amazing. Okay, so what is this book about? Like I said, it's a standalone book. You don't have to have read anything by Holly Jackson before. This is a complete in and of itself story. But if you love her writing, I just guarantee you're going to love this. So this is about a teenager named Belle who is living under her mother's shadow. And what I mean by that is that she grew up with her dad, and she's close with her aunt and uncle, and really close with her cousin as well. But her mother disappeared 16 years ago when Belle was just a baby. So when Belle was a baby, and this case made the news, it was all over the newspapers, all over TV, media, everybody was talking about it. Her dad, everybody suspected her father, but he had a solid alibi, so he ended up not going to prison or anything for it, but of course there were still people that thought he did it. So basically what happened when Belle was just a baby, her mom and her went to the mall. They left. Not so long after that, their car was found running on the side of the road with the door shut and the heat on, and Belle as a baby in the car, in the back seat of the car, but her mother was nowhere to be found. Her all her belongings and everything were still there. She didn't leave with like a suitcase or anything. So it seemed like she could have either wandered off somewhere or she was taken. But nobody knows. There's been no sign of this woman for 16 years. And like I said, Belle has had to live under this shadow for this long. Under this, she loves her dad more than anything, but she's had to live with everybody suspecting her father and, just even wondering, is my mom alive? Is she dead? Did she leave of her own free will? Did she abandon us? Or, was she murdered or kidnapped? So the book starts with a documentary, a crew starting to do this documentary on Rachel Price's disappearance. Belle is not happy about it, but her dad has agreed to do this and, the family be filmed and stuff like that. Well, not so long after this documentary gets started, Rachel, Belle's mother, appears. She comes back. After 16 years, says she was being held in a basement somewhere. She had been kidnapped by a man, blindfolded. She didn't know who it was. She was kidnapped, and she finally was able to break away and come back. Everybody is overjoyed, except for Belle, because Belle thinks that some of these things that her mother is saying do not add up. It's just little things. Just a couple little things. Parts of the story that she changed from when she was originally telling Belle what happened to when she was telling the police. Little things that just don't seem to add up. And for some reason, Belle just does not believe that everything is as her mother is saying. Plus, her father has started acting really weird. Everybody in the family is just acting so weird since she got home. So Belle then decides to take it upon herself, and she recruits Ash, who is one of the cameraman for this documentary, to help her try to figure out what is going on with her mom. Did she really disappear the way that she said? Did it happen the way she said? Was there something else going on? What really happened 16 years ago? And that is what basically the crux of the story is about, is Belle trying to figure out what happened that long ago, uncovering secrets, all kinds of stuff. Whew, oh my gosh, can this woman write a thriller? I'm just telling you. Like I said, if you haven't read her previous works, Good Girl's Guide to Murder or Five Survive, you're in for a treat. But you're in for a treat anyway, because, oh my gosh, this writing is just fantastic. I am such a sucker for a good thriller. And I really, truly believe that Holly Jackson is one of the best young adult thriller authors out there right now. So, good news about this one. Like I said, you don't have to have any previous knowledge of her or her works to get into this. It's a standalone book. Boom. You jump in, complete story. There were so many twists I did not see coming. It threw me for a loop. So I hope that if you're a person that likes thrillers, if you're looking for something to just sink your teeth into, that's a fast read, that's really intense, and, you know, will keep you on the edge of your seat, give this one a shot. I think that you are going to absolutely love it. The Reappearance of Rachel Price. Well, that's what we've got for you guys today. I hope that you are super excited about this book. Like, I am super excited about it. I was so hyped to read it, and now I'm even more hyped to be able to talk to you guys about it. So if you are interested in it, come and check it out from Farmington Community Library. It is available. And also, please give this video a like. Thank you so, so very much for watching, friends, and have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the day.